Okay, welcome everybody back to Atlas for a change. I know normally I stream Arc at this time slot, but with the release of the latest patch, was it 532 point? Initially was a 08, but it's not a 0.08 anymore. But with the drop of this patch, it's a major change. I think if you were watching the last stream, you would have heard some talk about some of the changes, and well, the patch has since dropped, and apparently they've broken things. So I thought I'd do some streaming of Atlas today, just so we can have a look at this new patch, see how it has affected the game or the characters, or what impact it's had on Black Seas 2 anyway. Well, there's still ships, there's still water. All the structures are still here. Yeah, I know, I'm being sarcastic. Okay, the important thing that's changed that is causing a lot of people some concern is the skill tree, the changes to the skill tree, more importantly. So let's just have a look at that, because I do know that that is pretty interesting. Namely, when we go into our skills, you'll notice points available is a negative 148 points, and that's because they've actually reduced the number of points you get per level. Now, the ones that I had before, they're all unlocked. However, in order to fix this points available bit, I think the only way I know of being able to do that is actually through a respec. So let us do that and see what it does break, if it breaks anything else. So, although before I do that, let me just offload some of these things, because I don't want too much stuff in my inventory. Put that there. That's probably a good thing to have there, to be honest. Why have I got wood in my inventory? Oh, I know why. Let's just... Okay, what have we got? Structures. Do I have any structures? Nope. Structures, I certainly do have some of those. Legendary for that. Oh, that's a prefab there. Weapons. That's prefab. Work there. That gives me garbage, not to mention the fact that I have to put up this ridiculous sound when it goes off. I'm gonna have to... And now we'll throw it all away. I suppose I could have just thrown them away. See, there he is. Oh, I couldn't see him because he's fallen down. Oh, I see what has happened. He's actually fallen down behind the chest. Okay. But now let's offload some of this junk, like that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that. So everything. Now there's reports that beds don't work. I don't know that they've actually fixed that yet. There's also reports that troughs cannot be built, is what I've heard. But I'm not going to try that at this point in time. And there was something else too that they broke. Just need to check that. Yeah, see, it's going down pretty quick, but okay. Alright, good enough. Let's do this respecky thingy thing. See what it fixes. If it fixes. Alright, so what am I going to put points into? Only 3 per for health? That's a bit of a joke. Okay. Okay, that gives me the smithy. Oh, there's a what? Gives access to gathering tree. What the hell is gathering tree? That didn't unlock. Oh no, that's melee weaponry. Metal stuff. Let's just come down here and do that. And unlock both those. We'll also unlock that. Okay, so that's all that. Now. What is that supposed to give? Oh, harvesting yield. Interesting, interesting. Oh, okay. Tier 2. Tier 3. Assuming that gives me access to breeding. To craft tier 3 ride most powerful tames, give commands to imprint on. Didn't say anything about the breeding. Oh. Yeah, well, I unlocked that too. Well, that's the entire taming tree done. Okay, what was... no. It was... yeah, cooking. Let me just see what... what's in here that I want? The first one, maybe. Okay, what do we got? We need that. Yes. We need that. We'll need that. Okay, so pistol basics gives us the flintlock. Actually, I like that. It's right up there first. Revolvers. Secrets of the blunderbuss. Holy crap, where do we get to the carbines? There. Whoa. Okay, a little on the expensive side. Okay. Canon studies. I need that. You can tell that's a new one. Wow, up to there. Okay, well, not interested in puckles. Yeah, this is this one. Merchant ships? Large shipyard. Schooners and brigantines. Oh, okay, that's actually not bad. That's much quicker to be able to get to that point. That's not bad at all. Let me just unlock that. And that. Where's the no gold? Where's the no gold brig? Not really interested in the galleon. Okay, mediums. Ah. Interesting. Need to unlock that first. I'm not doing that. Sextant. We'll go with that one. Okay. Better unlock you. Yeah, I mean, some of these actually, I'm not minding. I'm not minding the way they've actually changed some of these around. Just go with those two for now. What the hell is that? Oh, I know. That's the new sword thing. So I don't use any of that. So the fact that I don't need to unlock any of that is pretty cool. Oh, okay. Ah. Oh, I see. Interesting. No. Okay, that's all right. That's good. That's good. We've got that down to that. It's not really too concerned about mortars. I don't use mortars so much. Okay, so which one has got the and I've just completely forgotten what it is I was actually going to say. It's not the catapult. Blister. That's the term I'm looking for. Which one has actually got the blister in it? Piracy? No, I would have thought it would be under artillery, but maybe not. Maybe ranged weaponry. Oh, hang on. The bow's down there. Crossbow. There you go. Ballista, way down there. Whew. Hey, Zell. Welcome to the stream, man. I'm just looking over the changes. And I'm going to say straight up, I actually don't mind the changes they've made to the skill tree. A lot of things make more sense, believe it or not. Like, under ranged weapons, pistol studies is just, it's a branch by itself. You know, there's the flintlock straight up, first off the bat. And it's all just to do with the firearms right the way down here to the carbines. You don't have to go down and unlock firearms and then go over to be able to then go down and unlock that. So that is actually not a bad change. And a lot of these others actually make sense too. Beast Mastery is a lot more streamlined. There is nothing in here like breeding tier 1 or breeding tier 2 or breeding tier 3. It's just Beast Mastery tier 1, 2 and 3. And then the Nature's Call and Nature's Touch add-ons. Which again, it has been optimized. Now, when you do log in and you first go into your skills, it will tell you you've got a negative 140 something skill points. in order to take what you need to do is you actually do need to do a respec. And so far, as you can see, I've actually Beast Mastery. I've specced completely into that. Constructionism, I've actually specced completely down to esoteric building, minus these repair things. The shipwright, again, it's I think it's actually been well thought out progressively as in a progression system, because you've got which one is it? The merchant ships here is what actually unlocks the large shipyards and the brigantines and schooners. And sails, medium sails. Well, that there unlocks all those medium type sails: speed, weight, and handling. Yeah, Master Shipwright unlocks all the sails: handling, weight, and speed, large. Yes, you can still be a solo pirate, definitely. So whilst it said I had negative 140 something or other skill points, I've pretty much specced into all the things that I want to spec into the level I want to spec into, and I've still got 84 points left. So that's actually not too bad, in my opinion. I may have forgotten something, I may have overlooked something, I don't know. But for now, the changes are that survivalism here is the tree that unlocks all the other trees. This is where you want to, if you want to unlock any of these, you come to survivalism. You unlock it through here. You don't unlock any of these through any of these other trees now. It is only through survivalism that you can actually unlock any of the trees. I don't have melee weaponry unlocked, as you can see, but the thing is, there's actually nothing in melee weaponry here that I can see that I actually really want at this point in time. So there's no need for me to unlock it, of course, unless there's something underneath it that I actually need. In this case, it's a tree end, so I don't need anything underneath that. Improved hand harvesting, vitamin depletions, all that sort of stuff is all here, which is actually pretty good. I don't know, this new, you can tell which ones are the new ones because the icons are more colourful, they're different. Naturalism gives access to gathering tree. Don't ask me what that is, but it gives a 20% yield bonus, yield on harvesting. It gives a minus 10% vitamin depletion. So it just unlocks these things here more than anything. I suppose I could unlock that. Unlock the cooking. Don't really need the cooking. Basics of farming. Yeah, maybe. And that's all the foods. Grog is there now under here. Stout liver is actually no cooking and farming, not piracy. Preservatives, there you go. Preserving bags and salts is way down here. And the grill and the keg is way down here. Where's the water barrel? Not sure where the water barrel is. I actually make use of the spear gun to hunt the fish. I find it's more efficient. Speaking of which, where was that? That would have been under ranged weapons as well, wouldn't it? Simple flintlock, firearm studies, improved, expert. Spear gun, it's over here. Interesting, so that's down, it is down the ballistic study side. Yeah, if you want blisters, it's way down this side as well. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking as well. I mean, that is 17 points from the top. And that's 27 points. So you're looking at 44 points. And I actually have unlocked some of the... Oh no, just from the top. So you're looking at 44, say 50 points to be able to unlock both of those. Which, in the grand scheme of things, it's not a hell of a lot of point distribution. I understand why they've done this. They actually want companies to focus more on individual members specialising. You know how Kingdom's End, Armco days, and whatnot, that a lot of companies, they says, oh, okay, that's that person over, I mean, Grogs did it as well. They're builders, they're tamers, whatever. The thing is, you've got enough points that you could actually spec into pretty much everything if you wanted to. Whereas with this change and the reduction in skill points you're getting, I was reading out the patch notes and looking at a couple of the reviews, feedback from the public test servers. Their push is to try and, force is probably this too strong a word, but they're trying to encourage more specialisation in skills as opposed to generalisation in skills. And I can kind of understand that, but as you can see, I've spec'd out, I'm level 65, and I've spec'd out, I've maxed out pretty much on constructionism and on artillery down to the large cannons. Shipwright, I've spec'd pretty much right the way down the tree, most of that. Beast Mastery, I've spec'd the entire tree. So whilst I have to specialise a little bit more, there is still room for a level of generalisation there. So that's not too bad. I'm actually not too upset about that, to be honest. I've still got points left, and I've pretty much spec'd into all the things that I actually want to spec into. Now, another couple of things that I've heard on the forums and on Discord is that beds are broken. Oh, I probably should try and find an actual bed, not a modded bed. Last I heard, beds were broken. I don't know whether this is going to break my character by trying to use it. Oh. Before I forget and drop everything and lose it if it does actually work. Well, I don't know what's broken about that, in that worked. So, unless it's beds across cells, unless it's an issue with cross cells, I don't know whether I want to try that, but we shall try that anyway. And considering I haven't been over... Huh? How many boats are they made over here? That's unique. I should have guessed. I haven't been over here for a little while, so it's probably a good idea for us to actually go over here and see if we can go over here and see if it works. Hold your breath, folks. Okay. That actually seems to have worked. What's your food like? Your food's alright. I better just check the trough. Yeah, well. Before I do that, you have to excuse me, folks. I just need to black the bottom of the screen a little bit. just need to also find the right button. I just need to send you back to that screen there for a little bit. All right. Oh, shush. Shush you. That's what I'm thinking. On official, then maybe they're buggy. I don't know. All I do know is that seemed to work. Which is in itself a good sign. I don't know if there's got anything here that eats berries, I guess, but yeah. Now I'm just trying to think. There was something. I'm sorry. I just have to check Discord. There was something else that they said was broken or not working properly, and it was. Oh yeah, claim flags apparently, and that was actually. That is probably not a problem for us. I can't even remember where the claim flag is here. It's, I think, over here somewhere. Yeah. They were complaining that claim flags were broken, that they couldn't place claim flags, but official did do a full wipe when they released the new patch. Are you coming at me, buddy? No, you shouldn't be. So that should not be a problem for us because we haven't done a wipe, of course. Oh, what level you are? Look, stay still. Level 8. Not worth time or effort. And the other thing was that they couldn't make troughs. Now, they're not made in the inventory, are they? I think they're made in a smithy. I can't remember. I might have to look it up. Craftables. Feeding trough. At a smithy, yeah. Did that just want to come up here? Okay. So yes, apparently you can't make feeding troughs. They're supposed to be craftable in the smithy here, but as you can see, there is no feeding trough available. So they're the main things that I've heard. I haven't heard a lot of other things at this stage. They are saying that there will be another fixed patch that will be released in the next few days, up to maybe a week at most. Well, that's pretty normal, I guess, for Grape Shot. You're a bit fractious, although you've got nice colours. I like the colours on your face, actually. Yeah, it's ignoring me. I've told everything to ignore me. So yeah, apparently there's going to be another patch sometime soon that is supposed to fix some of these issues. Bother. Okay, we're back. So stay tuned for that. Be interested to see moving forward how much of it they fix and how well they fix it. I say that with a little bit of sarcasm because, well, as we know, past experience is such that a lot of the times when they fix things, it's only half fixed. Which reminds me, I better just want to check that. Where are the trees here? Who stole all the bleeding trees? I don't want bamboo. Eh. Okay, there's no actual trees here. That's interesting. There's a tree. I'm just curious if the fixed islands... I mean, this is really not a good sample because this is only the second island, so... Bark. It would have been nice for it to come up and say something other than bark. We've got lots of roots. There's a cobra running around over there somewhere. I probably could be quicker and actually just fly, but okay, so my oxygen go down. So the oxygen bar does actually go down over time. I've got really good lung capacity apparently. See, they're different trees. They're pink ones. Okay, so known bug that is still a bug is that troughs cannot be made. Okay, skill tree changes. Believe it or not, it's not often that I actually say this these days when it comes to Atlas, but I think they've done something right with the changes there. I actually do like the changes. The way they've structured it is a little bit, to me, more intuitive. So yes, I'm going to give them a positive note on that one. Beds apparently are working, at least for us, so on the private server, so it may just be... Oh, now that's something I would check too. Maybe, unless it's a bed placed... If I was to build a bed and place a bed now, would that bed be broken? Because those beds were established and placed down before the change. That's something worth testing. This island does not actually have a lot of actual trees, you know. I was in wood-based trees. A lot of bamboo, a lot of fibre. Bark, bark. Oh, I thought I was barking up the wrong tree, look at that. Okay, 2 lines here now. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, empirical tests required. We need to make a bed. Fibre, hide, thatch, wood. Okay, don't have enough of any of that. Alright, like I said, empirical tests required. We'll wait for the activation to, the pick up timer to deplete. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm really English and great today, actually, folks. And I just had a small person walk into the room and utter some strange language at me. So. Okay. Respawn cooldown. Okay, I better wait for the respawn cooldown then. Just to be on the safe side. I mean, if it is just any new place beds as opposed to, again, because you have to take into account, Official got wiped, so all players are starting from scratch again, which means that they would be creating beds and dropping beds down, and then there's reports that beds are broken. So unless it is just beds made after the patch, like this one, as opposed to beds made before. I mean, it sounds bizarre, but I know of more bizarre things. Okay, so let's see. Does this bed work? Ah, check out this. Regional maps. I just didn't notice that. And we've got nothing down the side here. See? See, it's locked. I can't. I don't even know which. I'm only looking at A2 cell. Okay. So how come I was able to get here fine? Interesting. Interesting. Okay, this is the one I placed down. Okay, that's okay, I'm on a mildly sort of confused sort of moment here because whatever you do, don't hit overworld. Are these ones now right? And these ones are now right. But if I hit overworld, bingo. We are now locked into not even a full cell. I don't even know which cell this is. Oh, yes I do. This is A1. This is not A2. This is A1. That's parched lands. These are the free ports. See, we were just looking at that. A1. Okay, so there is something hinky going on there. I know, they did. But that overworld, when I hit that, zoomed us onto what it called A2, but was showing us A1. So I'm going to have a closer look at the map, the editor. Shit, I haven't seen any notification that they've actually released an updated editor yet either. Freak that. That's going to be an issue. Alright, so let's try this. Let's go back to... No, Vindicator. Back to Vindicator. Crash as in sleep. Well, if you need to sleep, Zell, go sleep. Sleep's a good thing. Sleep is fine. As much as we all try to avoid it as much as we can. Okay, I'm in the water in a ship that's not here but here. Part of the ship is here. Whoa! Okay, and it kicked me out of the ship. Okay, that was a little bit of a weird loady thing. Oh, and now I'm in the ship. Hey, make up your mind, game. At least it knew where it was supposed to put me. Okay, well, beds are working. As in, you can use them to bed port, but... yeah, don't hit Overworld at this point in time, because we don't have any of those. The English Adventurer, greetings. And what do you mean? Oh, about the not loading in properly? Yeah, I know, that's normal. And welcome to chat, by the way. But yeah, as long as you don't hit the... as long as you don't hit this, which takes me to A2, but A2 is... that's not A2. That's actually showing me my free port. As long as you don't hit that, the actual map and bed porting is working fine. So that's not so bad. Biggest drama, of course, is not being able to make troughs, but at the moment I don't have that requirement because we've got all the troughs we need in. So that's not such a bad thing. Apparently some portals one way. I don't have portals on this map. This is a private server, and it's called Black Seas 2. So we just got a single cell, so a single map. So we don't need this region maps. That's part of the official. But yeah, apparently some are just one way, and there's some are busted, and then you got the one at the Kraken cell, all that sort of jazz. So I haven't played with them, and unless I have a need to put them into this map to expand the map, maybe. Hint, maybe down the track. I might think about it, and then I'll see about putting a portal in, but at this stage there's no requirement for us because we're just a 3x3 here. I was actually more just going over and assessing the other changes and the reported bugs, problems, like changes to skills, the skill tree, the fact that you can't make the trough, which you can't. Okay, establish that. There was reports that the beds were broken, but from a bed porting thing, I don't see that they're broken. Oh, I didn't put it in here. I don't see that they're broken. In my case, it's just that the region map thing is up to duff. Doesn't work properly. So that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Other than that, everything else seems to be fine. I really wish they'd actually fix island resource distribution thingies properly. But I guess we can't ask for everything at once, can we? Or can we? I know I'd like to ask for everything at once. I'd like to ask for a game that... No, I won't get down that path. There's too much salt that comes with that. Okay, let's just fix all this up because I had to respec to fix all that up. There we go. Alright, okay, so that looks like everything's fine there. So yeah, all in all, what is my assessment of the new patch? This 532 point unknown XX whatever. Well, I'll freely admit, my biggest concern was that they would have broken the game to make it almost an unplayable mess. And whilst in some people's opinions it's an unplayable mess, because it's changed so much since the origin of it. For my map, Black Seas 2 here, and private servers, as long as you don't do a full wipe, well, I suppose even if you do a full wipe, it's probably not a big problem. My assessment of it is, I won't say I like it, although I do like some of the resource changes. Not resource, blah. Some of the skill tree changes. I think the skill tree change is rather nice. Somebody's actually put a lot of thought into it. It's a little bit more intuitive. Yeah, I know. But yeah, the skill trees, the change to the skill trees, it does, to me, it certainly does look, contrary to a lot of other changes they've made, it does look like that they've actually have put quite a lot of thought into the rearrangement of the skill tree and the progression thereof. It seems to work quite intuitively, which I think is pretty nice. So from that perspective, I'm going to say that I do like the changes to the skill tree system and how they've changed it, how you unlock everything through survivalism, and a lot of these other ones are they've merged some things up, like medium sales is just now all the different types of sales rather than you've got the large, you've got the medium handling here, and they've got the speed there, and rah rah rah. I still play because underlying it all, I like the concept and the principle of the game. I won't say I'm against the changes. If I was against the changes, I would have done like a lot of people have done and uninstalled it, and I wouldn't be running a private server on it. There's part of me that's still quietly optimistic, or cautiously, that's the word I'm looking for, cautiously optimistic that the changes that they're making, like the modular ship system, I'm cautiously optimistic that that is going to be an improvement in time when they finally finish it. I'm not going to make a snap judgment on it based on the fact that we're seeing bits of it. What we're seeing is not the player control. What we're seeing is the devs throwing us examples. It's probably the best way of putting it. They're just throwing us examples. The concept of the game is amazing. This is one of the, from a concept point of view, one of the best games I've come across. The shipbuilding, and yes, I will admit, I'm a fan of the old style of shipbuilding because that's what I learnt. And to me, it gives me the creative freedom I want to build a ship that I feel is my design. That said, like I said, I'm trying to reserve judgment on the new modular system until we have a completed system. I know we're starting to see some completion to it. We're starting to see some control put into the player's hands in being able to swap out modules and stuff like that. And honestly, it's coming along quite fast. And I'm holding off on playing around with it for fear of being disappointed by the control until we see some more modules. And I'll admit that's coming. And when that happens, I'll start playing around with it and see how it works. Um, Other than that, see, I love sailing, and I think the ship dynamic and the ocean dynamic that they've got here is really quite nice from a game perspective. Um, Hence why I keep playing it. Hence why I run the server. And why I've got a small gaming community that also love jumping on here and playing it. So, and also why I decided to do an assessment of the recent change, because it has been such a big change. The last time they made a huge change was when they introduced trade winds, and after the 2 patches in a row, they changed the way that maps were designed and laid out, which really wreaked havoc with a lot of servers and server providers. This one is not so bad. This one is actually all dedicated server side and client side, which doesn't really put the onus onto game server hosting providers in changing formats and stuff like that. So that is a good thing as well. So yeah, look, all overall, if I was to give it a score, say out of 10, for 0 being a disaster, 10 being they've done everything absolutely perfect, I'd probably fall somewhere at about the 5.5, well, no, six and a half mark actually. It's there's bugs. There's always bugs when you do something so big, but it's not a mitigated disaster. Well, that was interesting, but that's not uncommon for this game. It's not a mitigated disaster, which was my concern. I was holding off on updating the server, just to wait and see how it panned out. So it was not a mitigated disaster. There's a few things you have to do to be able to move forward. Like, you have to respec to be able to fix up your skills and your skill points and your character skill system. They tried to port things across, but they have also changed, I think, the amount of skill points you actually get, because they've changed things around, they've pulled things out. And that's actually something I was going to check too, actually. Let me just check for an accordion. Yeah, it's crafted in the tannery, that's correct. I want to know what tree it's found in. Oh, it is found in the forestry tree. Interesting. There it is, music studies. See, so they didn't remove the song and dance. They just merged it into one of the other trees, and I like that. Yeah, like I said, they've seriously have put some thought into the progression and how the skills system is working. I logged in here. I'm level 65. I logged in here with minus 148 skill points available. I've respec'd, and I've respec'd pretty much into all the major things that I had prior. And you can see I've still got 70 points left over, and I've maxed out the Beast Mastery tree because I'm the primary tamer and breeder. I've maxed out, not to as far as Galleon. I've already built the Galleon. I don't need to max out to Galleon again, but I've maxed out all the rest of the shipwright stuff up to the last shipyards and brigantines and so on. There's weapons, range weapons, up to carbine, and the speed boost for reloading. So I haven't skimped on what I wanted to get back. Building, I've gone right up to esoteric. I don't like the automation stuff. I haven't played with it. It takes away from the manual hands-on part that I like of resource gathering and tame gathering, so I don't bother speccing into that last aspect of the construction system tree. So I've been able to spec completely into 3 different trees, nearly complete maxed, just at least three different trees, and I've still got 70 points left over. So I'm not going to complain about that. I seem to have now a surplus of points. That's a good thing. I can now spread it through some of the other things, which are quality of life stuff, like Shoveler and Improved Shoveler and the music stuff. They just are bonuses. They just add to the abilities I have. So all in all, yeah, I'd probably give it as actually, no, I'm going to go steady on a 6.5, actually. I would go higher, other than the fact that there is some glitches still, like beds are usable, but there's some glitchiness in the way the bed system interface is working. They'll tidy that up. Troughs can't be made. Well, that's only really a problem for people on official because they have to now build troughs to be able to actually put their tames, to feed their tames, because they've got to start all over because of the wipe. So that's a problem for them more than it is for private servers, where if you don't do a wipe, you don't have a problem. You've got troughs and everything in. So that's no dramas there. Skill tree, as I said, I actually quite like. I haven't discovered any other major and serious problems and bugs at this point in time. So, and, well, the devs seem to be actively trying to fix the issues. There has been reports that there will be another hot fix that will be released in the next, well, anything up to next few days, anything up to a week. Last I heard on the Discord, to fix some of the issues like with the bed and for the troughs and stuff like that. So, it was a big change. So it's understandable there's going to be problems, and the fact that they apparently, it's quite surprising to me because you don't normally see evidence of it, but apparently they are actively trying to fix it. So, like I said, there's a good thing. Oh, okay. There's where he went. That's I better pick him up, I guess. Hey. He's not carrying anything. Why can't I pick him up? Okay. Apparently I can't drag a body. Is it because he's in water? Well, I better go and tell him at some stage that he better log on and move his character because it's fallen out of the house. He'll probably drown anyway. Oh, okay. Nothing I can do about that then. Oh, I can't drag him because my feet are not on the ground, I betcha. Ah, but what I might be able to do is... Meh. No, that's not him. Keep missing him. Okay, apparently I can't... Can't seem to snag him with the grapple. I'm suspecting he's actually not there. I think that might be a visual glitch. Because it's acting like he's not there. No, I don't want the furnace room. I mean, it's hard to tell. He was sleeping up on top of there. That's his storage box. Okay, that's his mythos. Yeah, fine. That's his stuff. I don't know, maybe it is him. I don't know. So yes, to conclude, not as big a concerning issue as I thought it was going to be. Oh, okay. And you're back? I thought you were going to crash and sleep or something. I don't know. But welcome back, Zell. I was just sort of summarising that I'm actually going to give this update, even though it's such a major update, I'm actually going to give it like a 6.5 out of 10. It's borderline 6.5, 7, believe it or not, but 6.5 out of 10. I'm going to stick with that. 5 being a total pooch, 10 being they did everything perfectly and there's nothing wrong. So I'm going to give it a 6.5. Primarily because of the skill system. I think that's they've done reasonably good with that, and the loss of the 3.5 points. Well, they would never do anything perfect. PC crashing. Okay. Beds not broken, but the interface on whatnot has got some glitchiness that they need to sort out. That could be map based. I don't know. I'll have to double check Discord and see if they've released another grid editor so I can update that. Not being able to make troughs, that's not so much a problem from us. It is a problem for things like Official that got wiped or any new servers up and coming. So yeah, all in all, I'd give it a nice solid 6.5. Actually, it's not that bad, not as bad as I thought it was going to be. But speaking of servers, a little shameless little plug here. If anybody who is currently watching the stream is interested in setting up their own server, I would highly encourage to do use of gPortal as a game server hosting service. They're the ones I use for Black Seas 2 here, as well as I also have an Ark server and a Space Engineers server, as well as Minecraft server that I have all hosted with gPortal. I find that their game cloud hosting services, they've got nice data centers all around the globe, so that you can find something nice and close to you. Uses the latest hardware, so it's all really nice stuff, and they've got a really good price point behind them as well. So I'd certainly encourage any person, if you're interested, for yourself or a small community or group of fellow players, go and check them out. If you hit the link that's been popping up in chat or in the panel below the video here on Twitch, or if you're catching this after the fact over on YouTube, check the description below and you'll find a link over there. And if you use that link, you can actually get 5% off on any service you spin up with them. So by all means, check them out and see how they go for you. But with that said, I do need to now close this stream. I'm got some other stuff I need to take care of, like food, sustenance, living thing, and a daughter who's now giving me the evil eye. I don't know. So yeah. I hope you found this review and evaluation assessment of the latest patch interesting and informative. And by all means, I'd encourage you to pop back. I stream regularly. You can check the schedule below, although just keep in mind, check the schedule regularly because the schedule is about to change. And for those who've just been lurking in chat, if you haven't done so already, please hit that little love heart icon down there and hit the follow and give me a follow, even the bell as well, and get notifications, because that way you can find out when I'm streaming next. It helps me out and give me some idea of how many people are interested in watching what I'm doing. And you get notified when I'm streaming next, and you might find it equally entertaining or boring. I don't know, but you might have fun in chat. And look, thank you very much. What do we got? Sawn Off Slim, thank you very much for the follow. It's very much appreciated. And until next time, look, happy sailing, happy adventuring, and take care.